Welcome to the 9th installment of this video series about defeating disengagement. And by now you know it's a corporate disease. It's psychological. It affects 85% of employees. It's an epidemic. Now the question is, what do you need to do to cure it? You need to create a missional mindset. In the introductory video, we said that we're going to show you how to get your employees to have the same commitment to the health and welfare and the financial stability of your company, the same commitment that you have. And you're going to do that by helping your employees understand that you're a good gal or you're a great guy and you have their best interests at heart. But you're also going to help them understand that they sometimes bite the hand that feeds them. That's your hand, because they have antagonistic, psychological, dysfunctional mindsets. What we need to do to turn everything around, to go from disengagement to engagement, is to help your employees understand that we're all in it together for everybody's health and welfare and everybody's financial stability and everybody's future security. And the way that we're going to do that is we are going to create a corporate culture that has a series of guiding principles that people will embrace, because the guiding principles are based on everybody's best interest. And the good thing is, your people are going to come up with these guiding principles themselves. In other words, they are going to create these guiding principles. You won't. They will. And we'll show you how to do that. Because when your employees create the guiding principles, then they're their principles. And when the principles are their principles, the us versus them, this antagonism disappears, because your employees, from the rank and file to middle management to higher management to you, if you're the CEO or the company owner, everybody will embrace these guiding principles. But the guiding principles will be determined by your people. How can they disagree with themselves? They might have dysfunctional psychological mindsets, but they're not schizophrenic. And they're not sociopathic. When your people determine the type of environment, culture, or climate they want, and then when they put certain metrics, conceptual metrics, but metrics none the same, as to what a healthy behavior is, people will start to fall in line with it. And all you have to do as the CEO or business owner or senior management is step back and let them do what inherently most people psychologically want to do. That's the law of reciprocity we talked about in an earlier video. In other words, if you're the CEO or if you're in senior management, it's kind of like being an orchestra conductor. If you've ever gone to the symphony, you hear all the instruments warming up, and then all of a sudden things get quiet, and out walks the conductor, and everybody claps, and the conductor bows. And then the conductor turns around, he takes his baton, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and he goes like this, and the orchestra starts playing. And for the rest of the symphony, the orchestra leader, for all sakes and purposes, everybody, because I've played in an orchestra, the orchestra leader at that point is a puppet on strings going like this. Do you know why? Because everybody knows how to play their parts. The woodwinds know their parts. The timpani know their parts. The French horns know their parts. The oboe knows its part. The strings know their parts. They've practiced, and they know what it sounds like, and they know what it feels like, and now they do it intuitively. And the conductor goes like this, but it means nothing, because the conductor could walk away and everybody would play their part, and that's where you want to be. You want to be the person that gets everybody going at 8 o'clock in the morning and then gets out of their way while they implement the training that you've given them. Let me repeat that. The training that you've given them. That's the function and purpose of an orchestra leader. Because when we go to the symphony, what we don't see is the months these professionals have practiced to get in sync. And that's why we applaud the conductor. And at the end of every symphony, after the conductor takes his or her bow, they always extend their hand to the orchestra, because the orchestra is what performed the music. And you will extend yourself and extend your hand, the hand that feeds them, to your people so they can take a bow. And when they take a bow, they will know that they contributed. They will know that they made the beautiful music. They will know that they were more productive. And they will know that they have value, because you will bona fide, truly, warranted, extend to them recognition, appreciation, and affirmation. And that's what makes it all work. When the employees embrace for themselves that their performance affects themselves, their financial stability, their future security, when they start to understand that management is not their foe, it's their friend. Management's not their adversary, management's their ally. Because management has their best interest at heart. But they don't understand this because they suffer from the herd mentality. They suffer from a sociologically conditioned, dysfunctional mindset that it's us versus them. And it's not. It's us, period. And that's what they need to be taught. And that's what we can teach them. And the return on investment, the ROI, is not just in the ledger. Yes, when your productivity goes up 30% and your fixed expenses stay fixed, yeah, your profitability goes through the roof. Just do the math. Look at your own business and say, if we have fixed expenses of here and we produce this much, if we could produce 30% more, how much more profit would we have? Well, because the fixed expenses are already paid, your profitability goes through the roof. And yeah, that's great. And that's great for your employees because it secures their future. It establishes the financial stability that they all want so they don't live in fear and anxiety. But what's more important is that when your employees feel that you have their best interest at heart, when they feel that they have value, when they feel that they're contributing to this beautiful music that the orchestra does, they're not going to leave. The return on investment is you don't have attrition. The return on investment is you're not continually hiring and rehiring and training and retraining new people who leave. And that's especially important for millennials because millennials have a major dysfunctional mindset, a major disjoint. And they just need to be taught what it means to be responsible to what's expected of them and to be accountable. And believe it or not, millennials want that. All you have to do is go on YouTube and look for Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's a psychologist. He's been teaching millennials how to be responsible for their lives, and it is being received extremely well. All you have to do is look at how many subscribers he has to his YouTube channel, and he's effectively lecturing young adults for 2 hours at a time, and they're watching it, and they're liking it, and they're responding to it, and they're changing because of it. The millennials need good mentorship. The millennials need people not to pat them on the back because they came in 9th place in a 9-man or 9-woman race. That's what we've done for the last 20 years. We give everybody a blue ribbon for showing up. It's one of the stereotypes of the millennials. They want participation trophies. Well, guess what? They don't want participation trophies. They don't want to be applauded for just showing up. That's why the man in the last example from Phoenix lost half of his employees when he tried to game the 3 secrets of creating a different workforce by gaming recognition, appreciation, and affirmation. If you want to go forward and defeat disengagement, then you and your management team need to get the training in the depths of the psychology so you can train your people and you can transform your workplace, and that's what we'd like to help you to do. That was the goal from the beginning in the introduction of this video series, and that's the goal now. So contact us, because we'd love to help you transform not just your workforce, not just your company, but your people.